So Burnley 0, Arsenal 1, back-to-back wins, back-to-back clean sheets. Martin Odergaard with an absolutely amazing free kick. The only highlight of the game, really, from today. We're going to get into player ratings. Jez, how you been, buddy?
Good. Very good. Thank you. And Kenny, I hope you and Lee, you're well.
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good. I think what's happened is that I think under this manager and with the form we've been displaying this season, these are the sort of wins you are going to get, where you're not going to get any convincing football. You're not going to get fluid attack, and you're just going to get the situations where, we just have to be satisfied to win because nothing's gelling in the right areas, especially up front. And there's a reason why it's not gelling. And I think it's a lot to do with, it's just kind of a Pep Guardiola kind of habit where, Champions League final, he played his most attacking players to the extent that it was lopsided and Chelsea were able to quell that attack. He's got no one to bring off the bench. And I think Mikel's fallen into that trap with his team selection. And I think, you can have the personnel and it looks good on paper, but it has to gel.
100%. And listen, we got the job done. It wasn't convincing, the same as last week, but there was a few positives. We'll come to them throughout the player ratings, but let's start with one of them positives, Jez, the goalkeeper. We've seen that goalkeeper for Sheffield United, for Bournemouth. Yeah, we've all sat there and gone, oh, really? Ramsdale, is this the guy? Yeah. But one thing I noticed today especially, and he has kept 3 clean sheets in his 3 games. Yeah. 2 things I noticed today. Number one, he was lambasting them defenders. Yeah. He was very vocal. But not only that, yeah, from the other games that he's played under other managers at other teams, he was punching. Yeah. Today, cool as a cucumber, catching everything, happy days. Yeah. What did you make of his performance, man? And where do you think he can go going forward? Is he in goal for Spurs?
Oh, absolutely, man. I tell you what, I'm taking back what I thought because that guy has seriously impressed me. Today, he was, I thought, brilliant. And his catching, his distribution, his command of the box, he was giving some serious shit to all the defenders, Tierney, Gabriel, Ben White. Fair play to the fella. He's come in. He's trying to make a mark to be the main number one. And yeah, I'm really happy with that guy. And for me today, he's my man of the match, and I'm going to give him an 8.
No, listen, I can't disagree. I thought he was superb. Kenny, let's go to Tommy Ashu. Another one I thought was pretty decent again today. Very consistent over the last 2 games.
You know what? One thing about it is his enthusiasm for the game and his enthusiasm for playing for Arsenal. And you know what? He was up for it. He's got good sizes for right back. Most importantly as well, he kept O'Neill pretty quiet. He didn't give O'Neill the sort of space he likes to get those crosses in. And he's been, you know what? Sometimes, right, you need players like our goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale, and, people like Tommy Ashu, who basically aren't scarred by, what happened, against Man City, Chelsea, and Brentford. You want people to think, you know what, let's have it, roll our sleeves up. And, they flourished today. And I think, we're probably going to, if we go through our player ratings, we're probably going to compare our notes, and it's probably going to be players who played in defence, and probably your midfield player are going to get the highest marks. But for him, I'm definitely giving him a 7. Very impressed with him. Looks at home. There's going to be bigger battles, in the North London derby, probably Brighton as well. But, so far, so good. He hasn't put a foot wrung for me in the 2 games he's played.
He's been very consistent 2 games in a row. Let's go to the opposite side. Kieran Tierney went off injured. And I don't know what's gone wrong with Kieran Tierney, Jez.
Well, I said earlier, mate, on the fan camp, I just think, I've said it so many times, Arteta to me sucks the lifeblood out some players. This guy came in having won many triple league championships. You know, I'm talking about Scotland. You know, league championships, Scottish FA Cup, and their League Cup, and he looked fucking brilliant. He's just gone backwards, and he's getting injured. And what is this? Why is this happening? And today, I just thought he was lackluster. He's not the player he was last season when he came in. And for me today, I'm very sorry, Mr. Tierney, but you've got a 4.
I'd even say that's generous, but it's your ratings, not mine. Let's go to, I'll give you Ben White, Kenny.
If I knew you would. You know what? the thing with Ben White, right? We know, you know, what you're bought for. We know that you're bought for because people, you know, have looked at your game, me including, thought, right, you're good on the floor. You know, you've got some organisation skills. You're good at reading the game. But sometimes, right, when you're playing a team like Burnley, you're only 1-0 up. You can't be having a Willie Young moment. Like, he had the Willie Youngs, and it nearly conceded a penalty. You know, without VAR, Burnley would have had a chance to equalise, and they could have been in the ascendancy where they could have nicked the game. And it's little moments like that. He needs to cut out of his game. He had a bit of a Willie Young moment last week against Norwich City, and the same sort of thing we're having now, where again more Willie Young moments because there's a good player there, but sometimes, what we need today was people, you know, defenders especially, who are going to attack the ball, make tackles, do not give Burnley any encouragement. We already did the hard work in terms of working them out and making them look more predictable, which they've always been. In terms of, we know what Burnley are going to do. You're going to get down the sides, put crosses in, rely on set pieces, get, Tom Kelsey and Ben Mee alongside Wood and Barnes. Barnes is going to be a pork chop. We knew that was coming. We dealt with that. No need to try and get him in the game. But, you know, for me, I'll give him a 5 because I think he did some things I like. But, you know, too many Willie Young moments for me.
Yeah, he looked a little bit clumsy at times. There was one from Pope where the like you said, the ball went over the top. It's jumped. On another day, if that's Lukaku, if that's Kane, if that's an Aguero type strike, bang, that's in the back of the net. Gabriel, back in the team for the last 2 games, and boy, we have needed him. Let's be real. I thought he was superb today. For me, yeah, I'd probably say he was maybe man of the match. Yeah, I thought he was superb today.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there. I think he commanded everything very well. Didn't really put a foot wrong. Yeah, he would have been my man of the match, but I think Ramsdale, to me, was the added edge. He did some great saves today, dug us out of some real could have been situations. So, yeah, Gabriel, yeah, I gave Ramsdale 8. I'll give him a 7.
Let's move into midfield. Thomas Partey, Kenny.
Well, Thomas Partey, I think towards the end of the game he struggled a bit with fitness. Got a bit of a knock, but we seriously need to keep this guy fit. We seriously need to keep him fit. A lot of people were critical of him last season. He was finding his feet. He got injured, and he's playing in a team that's bereft of any confidence. In terms of the manager's got no confidence in himself, the players ain't got confidence, and that's all because of results. But if we can keep this guy fit, and preferably get a manager who understands his game and can get the best out of him, we got a player there, because a game like this where he provides a screen, he passes the ball forward. For me, it was a mixed performance towards the end, but I'm going to give him a 7 because I was really pleased with how it gives this midfield some fulcrum. I do understand that the biggest elephant in the room is, when a certain player comes back from suspension, are we going to saddle him with Partey? Because I don't think that's a way forward. Thomas Partey needs athleticism alongside him, and I think that's where you see the best of Thomas Partey. You can't have someone like Granit Xhaka, who's, no disrespect, is a deep, long passer and happy to do that. Don't get me wrong.
Lackluster, not physical, not demanding.
Yeah, but the thing with Granit Xhaka is that, his lack of mobility is going to sort of put an extra strain on Thomas. So for me, 7 today. But, I really, really would like to see a very, very fit Thomas Partey, because I'll tell you, if you keep him fit, you'll be getting 8 out of 10 performances for him. He's that good.
Yeah, let's move on to Emil Smith-Rowe, Jez.
Poor. Sorry, poor. I'm disappointed with this guy this season. Last season, I was really starting to warm to him. He's got the number 10. I don't know. There was chances today. It's just poor. His final pass into the third it's just weak. There was no. I'm sorry today. Smith-Rowe, sorry, bro, but you're getting a 3.
Yeah, I thought it was poor today. Let's move to Bukayo Saka, Kenny.
But again, it's the same sort of conundrum with Smith-Rowe. A lot of fans have made them, like I said, the fulcrum of the side. They're our go-to boys. They exemplify how successful Hale End is, and we call them the Hale End boys. But we can't. You've got to mark them, in the same way, and basically analyse their game the same way as any other player. And you have to say, Saka was poor today. Yeah, he was, instrumental in a goal. He got fouled in the edge of the box. Odergaard scored a great goal, but Saka, final ball, not happy with him, not getting into areas what I like in terms of scoring goals. But you could put that down to, having a sort of long season, not so much, just playing the Euros, but, we didn't have a pre-season. But come on, that's for every player. Every player has that. And every young player, has that sort of situation where they are going to get some sort of overload. He's had a lot of experiences being in the first team for the last 3 seasons. So, he's got enough experience. And that performance, that's a 4 as well. That really is a 4. That's not disrespectful to Saka or Smith-Rowe, but they're not playing well.
They're not in good
team. They're on a team on reputation, but in terms of what we're asking to do, they're part of the problem. Smith-Rowe runs into other players' spaces to the extent that he makes our attack lopsided. Saka is another one who probably does that as well. I think he probably wants to play on the right-hand side, but that's where Pepe's playing. So in that respect, he's not adapting his game. But, we've got to be honest with our analysis and our marks. And Saka at the moment isn't playing well, and he's a 4. He deserves that mark.
Let's move to Martin Odegaard. Scored the winning goal. What a goal, by the way, Jez. Yeah, absolute banger. Yeah, we've been all pretty critical of him. Yeah, since he joined in January. He's not been great. He's been great in certain games, but not consistently. But today he was the match winner. I thought he was actually really good today as well. Yeah, the first 10 minutes he just kept passing backwards. After that, free kick, top bins. And then after that, I felt he grew into the game. What did you make of him?
Yeah, great goal. Great free kick. Can't deny that. My only concern is, this continual back passing for a midfielder that we think he's going to be. It's not sold me. Yeah, I can't deny. Great goal. Well done. Fantastic. Great technical ability on that. And as I said on the fan camp, if he can do it every couple of games, brilliant. Fantastic. I'll big you up. But my jury is still out. So I'm going to give you a 7, man. For just the fact you scored a goal.
Let's move to Nicola Pepe, Kenny.
See, Nicola Pepe is a very interesting one. it's very clear to me now, in a way it wasn't clear last season, that this is the kind of the player that I think is going to be, if he's got the right coach, he's coached properly, and he believes in himself, he's the sort of player that can, I reckon, he's got the ability to easily score 15 or 20 goals a season. He's got the ability to create chances as well. But again, his decision making today wasn't of the required standard. You know, Aubameyang was making the runs, and he just wasn't releasing the ball, at the times that I would have liked. And that's just too careless, because the ability's there. Definitely, in terms of like football ability, his ability shouts a lot louder than Saka and Smith Rowe, to the extent that when you see Saka and Smith Rowe, they're coached players. You can tell that they've been coached. But this guy here, he's very much of a street footballer, that he's got, natural ability. He's probably the most naturally gifted player we've got the football in the team. But there has to be an end product. The final pass has to be right. There has to be goals as well. He does get himself some good positions, and he scares the life out of defenders. But today, when you've got a gift horse, which is Burnley's lack of pace all over the pitch, he didn't take it. So for me, I can only give him a 5.
Let's move to Aubameyang. Our main guy, our captain, our leader, our top boy in wages.
Well, as I said earlier, Lee, 20 minutes in on the live chat you were doing, is he actually on the pitch? Because I actually saw nothing today. But, as I said earlier, when you've got a striker playing on the left wing who has to keep cutting in or coming back to receive the ball, and we've seen this time on under Arteta, can you blame the guy? Aubameyang hasn't got the pace he once had.
Fact.
He didn't get the great service that we're lacking. We are, all those players are lacking in passing in the final third. So I have sympathy with Aubameyang, I really do. But today he was poor, man. He didn't show up, so I'm going to give you a 3. Sorry.
Let's move to subs. Sambi Lokonga, Kenny.
See, Sambi Lokonga, he's another one of those players who's got so much enthusiasm, and he's very effective. He's actually, when he does, play in midfield, he passes the ball forward, and he isn't afraid of having a shot at goal. He's got a lot of confidence in his game, and he comes from like good, stock in like the Low Countries in Belgium, and he is a player that, I think Mikel's going to have to be brave in his selection. He's got to say, you know what, let's just give this guy a go. He's got to think, you know what, I need to pick players who are going to win me football matches, not players that, who serve me well and have got a bit of leadership. He needs wings, and I think the midfield of him and Partey will be more to the fans' liking, and it'd be make us more effective. So for me, I'm a big fan, and when I'm going to give him a 6, because he actually looked like someone who can make things happen.
Yeah, I do like him. I like how he's just forward-thinking, direct, like always on it, and he looks quite quick as well, like galloping forward. Let's move to Nuno Tavares. Jez came on for Tierney.
Yeah. Can't say I was overly enthralled, to be honest, but fair play. Came on, did what he had to do. I'll give him a 5.
Maitland-Niles, Kenny.
Maitland-Niles is like he's an honest player, and he's going to look at this situation and think, well, what did I do wrong last week? Why am I not starting? A game like Burnley, I could have got stuck in. I could have given us that pace. It's one of those sort of scenarios where you think, you know what? Why am I getting a game? But when he did come on, he was a steady Eddie, Alan Harper kind of sort of player. Just you remember Alan Harper in the 80s for Everton under Howard Kendall. Jack of all trades, very good jack of all trades, but he hasn't got a position in the team. But today, give him a 5. But I think that in all the players that we've mentioned, especially the players we gave low marks, or players that on the bench that we should have played, they seriously need the ejection of a new manager with fresh ideas, and a new manager can get their games going, because we won, but it's again, there's a lot of players that are regressing, and they're producing average performances, where in some cases, the rare times last season, they were outstanding. So that has to be concerned for Mikel Arteta overall, and that's going to concern eventually the board as well. Can he get the best out of players? Because managers do lose their jobs, not just for results, but players are not happy with their playing, and players feel they've regressed. And there's about 3 or 4 players that we can count of have regressed under this manager.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. I agree with you.
I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1, and then both give me Arteta ratings. 3,
right.
2, 1, go.
5.
Oh.
The reason why I gave him 5 is because the reason why I gave him 5, not because I could have given him a bit higher, because I was happy with the way the defence. I still think that he's bottled his forward selection. He doesn't know how. He doesn't know how which player to drop. It's easy to drop Lacazette because he wants to play Aubameyang, and Lacazette hasn't signed a contract. But there's an argument that Lacazette could have got a game and he would have performed better than Aubameyang. He's got so many attacking players, but I'm sorry, they're not gelling. Because the reason why they're not gelling is because there's too many square pegs around holes, and this is down to him not being brave with his selections. So he's going to get a 5.
One thing I'd say today, I gave him a 5, is I actually do think that he got his substitutions right today for once, but it's still so lacking in. I still, please, somebody, please tell me his game plan and his tactics, because I can't see it. Let's get it fucking right here. Yeah, we've played Norwich, going to get relegated. We played Burnley, they're going to get relegated. Let's be fair, unless some miracle happens. And let's not hype it up out here, people. We are Arsenal, now in 12th. We've beaten 2 of the lowest teams in the Premier League.
Who can't score.
Huh?
Who can't score as well.
Yes, they can't score. We're now up against Spurs. Yeah? And let's see what happens there. Let's not get gassed up about this, because this guy, this fucking idiot of a manager, is taking us nowhere. I've seen people today, on Instagram and all these things. Yeah, we've won again. We're moving on. Oh, we can see the light. Oh yeah, we're minus fucking 7 goal difference now. Yeah, we're in 12th. Are you having a fucking laugh? Sorry, to get up.
No, just I'm with you. The reason I'm with you is because this is like similar to what we had 2 years ago with Unai Emery, to the last summers of his reign, where there was the odd win here and there, but we were just looking at it and thinking, what, something's not right here. Even when we beat Bournemouth 1-0, we beat Aston Villa, and you always thought, something's gone wrong here. And I think you feel the same way with Mikel as well. Something's not right. And it's again, there will be an Armageddon situation where, people are going to think, what, this ain't good. This ain't good. And we've won. And you got Dave, these are 2 easy. I'm not saying 2 easy games, because we made heavy weather out of both teams. But if you look to our fixture list after the 3 defeats we had, in Manchester and the 2 London derbies, you'd have thought, oh, thank God we're playing Norwich, and thank God we're playing Burnley, who are predictable. And you think, not just get a win. But I think if you want to see light at the tunnel, you would have liked to have seen some flowing football and some really good performances from our attacking, winning convincingly. But we didn't see that. We're still seeing intensive football. We're still seeing a lot of possession with no end product.
Totally agree, Kenny. Totally agree. The fact of the matter is, you know, we are still deep in the woods, you know, and there are many, many fucking big trees in front of us before we can actually get out and see where we're going forward. Because this guy is, you know, he is holding us almost at ransom.
100%.
Actually, by just, he's fluking a win here. Right, now, next week, if we lose to Spurs, which I wouldn't be at all surprised at all, because we're up against a proper team, what is going to happen there? Yeah.
Oh, it'll be
Depends
VAR,
how
it'll be refs, it'll be, oh, we were just unlucky. You know, the players let him down. It'll be every excuse in the book. The fact of the reality is if we win and they lose tomorrow to Chelsea or don't beat Chelsea tomorrow and we beat them, we're now above them. The party poppers will be out. The bunting will be out. The street parties. Kenny's gone. He must have had a call. But the party poppers and the bunting and the street parties will be out if they don't win tomorrow against Chelsea, which is unlikely. But then if we beat them, all of a sudden it'll be, oh my God, we're above Tottenham, blah, blah, blah.
But you know what it is, Lee, right? It is one of those things, you know.
I got it. I finally got that mock.
Thank God he's got a fly. But you know what? Beating Spurs is a massive like kudos for everything. It put, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, it puts hairs in your chest, makes everyone, you know, feel good. Remember when we beat Spurs 4-2 under Unai Emery's first North London derby?
We were there.
The atmosphere afterwards,
madness
around the ground was unbelievable.
Even before the game, it was the loudest outside the ground it's been for a long, long time.
And you know, like it was a feel-good factor as well. And you know, we Spurs have only won twice at the Emirates. You know, in the cup game, and that game I don't want to talk about. That brought me eczema out. But so, you know, it's a game where we just can't afford to lose. We can't afford to lose. Just can't afford to lose.
100%.
And I think it's a must-win game for Mikel Arteta, because I think what's happened is that, you know, it's going to bring all the doubts and to make people very, very angry, because, you know, Spurs are, you know, they didn't play well in the Europa Conference League, and they didn't play well against.
Kane's not scored this season.
But you know,
on Saturday or Sunday, whenever it is.
Yeah, and I sincerely hope that he's still sulking about not getting his move, but somehow, Arsenal, you know, like Arsenal, he seems to love playing Arsenal home and away.
Yeah, and you know, he's probably Kenny, that the Arsenal. You know, Arsenal, Spurs, Arsenal is unlike any other game.
Oh, definitely.
You can't compare like Champions League, Europa League fixture against Chelsea. Arsenal, Spurs is a hate game.
Try telling some of these young fans. Some of these fans hate Man United more than Tottenham. They don't get it. You know, still needs to educate them. Spurs are the game. They're the enemy. It's not Chelsea. It's not Man United. It's not Liverpool. It's Spurs.
Yeah,
that's the game we want to win, home and away.
The second worst game to win. The second game is Man United.
Man United. Tottenham and Man United. They're the only two games this season, and you guys, I know Kenny's been tagged in a lot of tweets about, oh, look, he's plastic because he wants to lose. Yeah, the only two games I'm not going to want us to lose this season are Tottenham next weekend and Man United on the 30th of November. I've already got them dates in my head. Yeah, I do not want to fucking lose to them, like, regardless of my thoughts and feelings on this manager in this football club. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, we do not lose to Tottenham. Simple as that.
I think the Man United thing was obviously it's always been there, but it's kind of born out of Wenger Ferguson, because when we were genuine rivals for the to the league before Abramovich
came along, I think that elevated it. But when we got points, remember when we got points?
George Graham. Remember the battle of
the battle of Old Trafford when we got dog points. Yeah,
dog points. Yeah. Definitely. And you've got the FA Cup semi-final in '83, normal whites on and everything, the Villa Park.
But then you're right,
Bastards.
Kenny. The Wenger thing, battling with Fergie, that elevated it. Yeah, because it was already bubbling from the like early to mid 80s, but then that elevated it, and it's now. And that's why when I sit there and do shows with rants and that, yeah, I'm sitting there and I'm like, bruv, I can't believe how your team is. Like I'm not even sitting there mugging him. It's just like I actually fucking understand how big Man United are, and you don't act big. Yeah, it's like so I get it.
They're the biggest club in the world.
Yeah, and look how they're acting. They're acting like Salford. Yeah, the same. We're a massive football club, Kenny, and we're acting like fucking Barnet.
Yeah, but I tell Chelsea fans and Man City fans, I said, to tell you one thing, right? If that lot get it right, Man United.
Oh yeah, game over.
We've got no chance. No chance.
Game over.
Game over for every club.
The thing is like back in the day at Highbury, when you had Tottenham coming to town, down the clock end, you had 25,000 coming down there. When Man United come down, I can remember walking past my fucking front door. Yeah, you had Tottenham and you had Man United. You had 25, 30 fucking thousand fans.
Yeah, and Chelsea as well.
And more outside the clock end. Because they couldn't get in.
Yeah. Oh, they used to fill the clock end. Man United, Tottenham and Chelsea filled the clock end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that is how big a game it is between Arsenal, Man United, Tottenham, and I'll go with you, Kenny, Chelsea.
Yeah, now, but remember back in the day in the 80s when we like George Graham's first North London derby in the league, we all filled the away end. They got nothing.
Yeah.
Like I said, like near the Spurs shot, we filled it. We get lost. It's ours. And those are
we'll save this for the podcast, lads. Yeah,
definitely. All right, he's got to go.
It's touching 10:15 at night here.
Right.
Yeah,
it's only 9:15 here. And Strictly's on.
Strictly, fucking hell.
See you later, Luke.
Listen, Arteta out. Mad love to the pair of you. Make sure you subscribe, like, share the content around. We're out of it.